All right, guys, totally enjoy the show, dog. Like, now, guys, we all love our celebrities and we all think they're really good, but a lot of people don't live a celebrity lifestyle, right? You have to remember that the majority of the population is struggling with their bills. I'm still struggling with my bills and I'm doing decent, right? So I mean, people, I can only imagine how somebody. I work for as a car salesman, but I don't. I'm negative in my bank account, which is sad, but I'm very little negative, so it's not a big deal. But I'm negative in my bank account, so I'm struggling this much. So you can only imagine how somebody with a minimum wage job is doing, or somebody with a tough time is doing, right? And some people with kids, maybe they have a job that pays 40,000 a year, but they have 3 kids and they're a single parent. These things are difficult to deal with, right? So as we see all these celebrities do all these things and do all these crazy things, which is entertainment and that's what it's meant for. But you have to remember that the regular person does not live like that, right? And I mean, sometimes it's a plus for some people that are, if somebody's poor, they're never worried about, being treated like garbage because they're so good or whatever. Some people that are good looking and poor don't worry about certain things. They don't worry about, negative reviews or being criticized or being too popular. Everybody wants them and they treat them like dirt because they think they're too good or they think they have an ego. So there are some things that are actually a plus for people that are poor that don't have that celebrity lifestyle. But I mean, for me, I love fame. I will always be someone that loves fame. Not because I love being famous, but because I love money that goes with fame, right? Anyway, so people that are struggling, that the majority of people, like when we see Madonna do all these things, when we see, all these things that we hear about, and definitely some of them are true, some of them might not be, but some of them are true. Celebrities are people after all. I mean, money doesn't make you invincible to everything. But when you see someone that's a celebrity talk about certain things and then they have all these issues with certain things, you're like, well, that doesn't apply to me because I'm not a celebrity. And why are they whining about it, right? I mean, having haters, we all know haters are annoying as a creator. I don't like having haters. It's very tough to deal with for sure. Because sometimes you do something in your personal life and people are attacking you online because maybe you did something wrong to them, but you had a reason for why you did something, right? And you're human, so you make mistakes, right? So when you do something where you're making a mistake or something's going on, or you're just human and you do have the same ideas and same fallacies that people have, then people will target you because you have a channel, right? So, and then if let's say you have a really bad day and you're just really upset, and then all the people are targeting you, well, that's not good, right? We're human, right? We are human and we have feelings, and but the thing is, we know that haters exist, and we all get upset by haters, and that's why people like Taylor Swift always say, haters this, haters that. But in general, we are very lucky as a creator. I will eventually be one of the most famous creators in the world. I have no doubt in my mind. I'll probably have millions of subscribers. I'm certain I'll have millions of subscribers, millions and millions and millions. So I have no doubt in my mind. So there are some people that get upset, some people that don't like that, some people that purposely target you because they know, well, you're doing well and I'm not, right? Now that's annoying, but what's more annoying is someone that's actually dealing with these actual issues, being dirt poor. I mean, I'm poor, but I mean, I'm going places, right? Being dirt poor, having absolutely nothing, and I mean, and you just get very overwhelmed, and the only way people that are dealing with that kind of thing is they retaliate to celebrities because they think, well, if I'm going down because I'm poor or whatever, then I'm going to bring this celebrity down with me. Because maybe they don't know they're good, or maybe they'll get that plastic surgery where they'll ruin their look because I said they were ugly, or whatever, right? But the bottom line is, the whole thing is just ridiculous, right? It's gone way out of hand. Social media is fun, and I love it. And I love it. I will always do social media. I will perform until I'm 95 or 100 as a gorgeous guy and a gorgeous girl. Melina's not going with blah, blah, blah. But you know what I mean? Like, it's very, like, it's part of it, right? And we all know, yes, we are lucky. We are luckier than the average person. We have a lot more than the average person. But, it gets kind of old when you're, like, defending yourself constantly. But For me, I just delete the comments, and it's like a therapy. I let them go and they're gone. But it's just like, I mean, the thing is, I'm going to help with charities. I'm going to help with vulnerable people and different things. But there's only so much you can do. Sometimes you've tried your best. You have reasons for what you do in public, and I try to be very, very nice all the time. But you can't be perfect. You can't always be super, super friendly to everyone constantly all the time, right? I try. I really do try, and I really think being kind and treating people well is very important. But there are some people that are just jealous of you, and they don't even care that you're kind, or they don't even care that you're going out of your way to be friendly, right? Or they don't even care that you're trying to be friendly and might come across wrong. They purposely target you, and that's okay, because we as celebrities enjoy the lifestyle that we enjoy. So it's understand. I'm not even a celebrity yet, but people say I'm famous, so I'm gonna go live with that. But yeah, I don't have the money of a celebrity, but I am like a celebrity. So it's like we all know it's not fair, but look at the situation they're dealing with, right? Usually the only reason why someone's hating on you is because they've been criticized on their platform. And we all know the criticisms that I get are very severe, so they're getting those same criticisms, right? But the best way to retaliate from that is to not even go there, right? Why would you even go there? It's not something that you are meant to do. And I mean, I've watched some people's channels, and I feel like they are constantly bombarded with criticism because they're not as good as someone that has the it factor or the X factor. So you see someone, you're like, they don't have the X factor, they don't have the it factor. But that doesn't mean you have to give up, or that doesn't mean you have to really, doesn't mean you have to really be someone that is targeting others. I mean, but the thing is, we live in a crazy world now where some people are just like that, right? Some people are doing quite well and they still target others because that's just what they do for fun, right? So, at the end of the day, all you can do is really focus on yourself. Really focus on, once you focus on yourself to the max, darling, you can love others, right? There are some people that are so selfless, and they've always been that way, and they like it, and they give to others, but they're not giving enough to themselves. So if you're out there and you're selfless, and you volunteer all the time, and you do all these things, give yourself some love too, darling. But there are people in general. In general, we don't love ourselves enough because we get constant criticism. But everybody gets that criticism. So take that time to love yourself, darling. To love yourself. You have to remember that you are a person that is not the insults that you get. And like I said, guys, everyone gets those insults. Like, and sometimes you might see a big creator, like I saw Taylor Lautner recently complaining that he gets a lot of severe criticism because he's 170 pounds. Like, he looks way better than the average person, but he's 170 pounds, right? Whereas before he was 140 pounds. So when you're 140 pounds, you're incredibly lean, incredibly fit. You look great. 170 pounds, you still look great, but you're slightly chubbier, right? He still looks amazing. But, the bottom line is, he's defending himself to haters because he's not 140 pounds. You know how hard it is to be 140 pounds? I was 150 pounds, I think, 2 years ago. 153 pounds, I think. And that was like way too thin. Like, well, I was good actually, but being 150 pounds is good. For sure, I loved it. I really enjoyed it, and I plan on getting back to something like that now, maybe 160 pounds or something, which I might be now anyway. But yeah, so I'm getting really fit now. But it's like Taylor Lautner is human, right? And Taylor Lautner did all he could do. He said that the hate is very ridiculous. It affects him. It bothers him. But you know what? Like, and the thing that's funny about this criticism is that people that are these are from people that are way less attractive than Taylor Lautner. I'm not sure, 100% sure, but I can guarantee you, someone that's as gorgeous and fit as I am, or as gorgeous and fit as the most beautiful female model or whatever, or even people that are just happy in general. They don't have to be fit or more attractive. They can just be really happy, and they're busy, and they spend time doing things. Doesn't matter what you look like. You're not going to be criticizing Taylor Lautner. It's always the people that are the lowest quality and not necessarily the lowest quality with their job or the lowest quality with their look or anything, just the lowest quality minded. Because, in general, we have a mind that we want to use for good and we want to use to support others and lift people up. And we have a mind. And sometimes it's not even their fault, right? Some people just have not a very good sense of luck, or they just hate people because maybe they're alone in life and have no support and they constantly get criticized. They're going to retaliate by retaliating to criticize Taylor Lautner, right? So, at the end of the day, we can't even blame someone that's criticizing Taylor Lautner because sometimes they're just not well, or maybe they're mentally ill. You never know, right? Anyway, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much, Dolly. Taylor Lautner, if you're out there, remember that you can get back to the way you were. It's hard work, you can, but you shouldn't have to, right? I mean, you look great to me, and I'm super gorgeous and look really fit, and I'm like the most gorgeous man alive. And I think you're very gorgeous too, so I think there's no need to worry. Please just forget about the haters, But we need videos like that sometimes for people to come out, as long as Taylor Lautner doesn't give up. We need people to come out and say, oh, I had all these haters saying this and that or whatever, and I'm really bothered by it, or I'm fighting back or whatever. I like to ignore haters. Not ignore them completely, but if they're saying something mean, I just delete it and move on, right? Or I mute them on my blog. So, at the end of the day, we all handle haters differently as creators, but, and the point is we're creators and they're not, right? So you have to remember that we have to go easy on them too, right? I try not to make fun of someone that's hating on me. I try not to be rude to someone that's hating on me, because I know their situation is most likely not as good as mine, right? Even though I'm poor, I have places that I'm headed to that are grand, right? Anyway, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Bye.